yesterday actually was the 16th anniversary of my daughter's passing. And Big Love started because of her life. And there was one moment in particular. We were in the hospital for 2 years, and she was really sick. She had a lung infection, high fever, and just struggling, you know. She was on oxygen, and they wanted us to go get a CT scan. And so we went down there, you know, and that's hard. It's hard for her to go. It's hard for, you know, all of that. And so we're sitting in there waiting to go in, and she's sitting on my lap. And she's shaking from head to toe. She's not feeling good. She's hurting. And there was next to us in the waiting room right next to us, there was a little kid crying. And we could hear the family really panicked, and Brooke grabbed my hand, and she said, "Mama, we got to pray for that baby." And there was nothing in me that wanted to in that moment, because I was anxious and scared and nervous, but I did. But the magnitude of what she just did and what she just taught me changed my life, because in the middle of her pain and suffering, she was able to see somebody else. And that moment changed me forever. And she continued that, really. She would draw a picture and say, "Mom, take this to the kid next door." Or someone would bring us food, and she'd want me to share it with the whole unit, you know. And so she had this really giving spirit. And when she passed away, it was the most normal, natural thing for me to continue her legacy. And it's what she started and what she did. This is our 15th anniversary, and Big Love started really small. So we started in our hometown of Angleton, Texas, and we started in my mother-in-law's home, and we were making holiday baskets, and that's all we really did and could afford at the time. We didn't have any big connections, but then over the years, we just slow and steady growth, and today, at this 15-year mark, Big Love is in 8 Texas hospitals. It overwhelms me. And just providing 15 different programs to families, and the number of cancer families that are my dearest friends today, like in the hundreds. And it has really been, this milestone, getting to 15 years, has been really incredible for me to look back where we started and where we're at. And you know, one of the main things that I wanted to do was I wanted to meet families' basic needs, because I lived in a 12 by 12 room by myself with my daughter. We were isolated from the outside world. We were lonely. We spent every holiday by ourselves for 2 years. And not only that, you had to find food every day. And then you couldn't leave because you had to pay parking. And then your medical bills, I had a stack of medical bills, I think the first week was $250,000. So our medical bills piled up, housing, just the amount of needs that we had was overwhelming, on top of watching your child battle cancer. And so we wanted to go back and meet those needs right there. And so we provide food, lots of it. We provide a snack shack. We go every week and ask them what they need from the store. We bring it back. And then we do financial help. And so we pay bills off. We help with rent and mortgage. Matter of fact, we just had a single mom with a child with cancer, and her electricity got shut off. And so we just paid that bill for her last week. And we get 8 to 10 of those kind of requests every week. We just put an AC in a home where the child needed to go home, and there was not an air condition in the home. And so financial is huge, whether it's transportation, we help with funerals, and then we also really walk with families through the end of life. And so we try to provide everything they need for comfort, everything they need to eat, and really just walk that entire journey with them. And then after, we try to grant them a wish or a trip, or even provide free counseling. And at that point, because I feel like I've walked that journey, those families become a part of my life. And we walk really closely with them. and try to help as much as we can. And then we also do a bunch of supportive services. We have a new sibling support group, which I feel like my daughter's 23, my older daughter, she really could have used that. And so we started providing those for kids, and then we provide, of course, the free counseling. And then what I love is we started a scholarship program for cancer survivors or their siblings, and we've given 73 scholarships to date. And when we get those applications in from those kids, and you realize what these young kids have gone through, and they're stepping into the next phase of their life to go to school, it's incredible. It's courageous. And so we want to fund that and get them going where they need to go. For this 15th year, we've tried to celebrate it all year long. And so this fall, we have an event every month. So we're about to have a disc golf tournament. We have a big gala on November 5th, and then we have a Santa Dash, a fun run. And so we're celebrating at all of those events. And then we're also asking people to donate $15 a month in honor of our 15th anniversary, and we'll send them a really cool shirt. So we're doing that. And then also people can volunteer. We're just now getting back into the hospitals after COVID, and we need volunteers. We need volunteers to go room to room and deliver things that the kids need. And so that's a huge need. When a family enters palliative care, what we do is we give them a list, a form, and they can fill out everything they need from the store. And we do that as often as they need it. So they can fill it out every day if they want. So that means volunteers are running and getting stuff, bringing it back, running and getting stuff, bringing it back. So we're just trying to meet every possible need that they would have. My heart is for this end-of-life program. It's called our Love Strong program. And right now we have it at MD Anderson, at Dell Children's, and then at Methodist Children's in San Antonio. I would really love for that program to be at all of our 8 hospitals. It is just, I think it's life-changing. Kids and families don't have to walk alone during that time. And so I think it's needed, and I think there's a gap in service with palliative care. And we want to help fill that gap.